Stress is actually the body's natural defense system against harmful situations. It's a combination of hormones like cortisol and adrenaline that affect our reaction time and performance.
Acute stress, or the one that triggers our fight or flight reaction. It spikes very high and then drops back as we return to the state of homeostasis. At the peak of acute stress is when our body has enacted our stress response to get us out of dangerous situations alive. You may find yourself reacting this way without even knowing it.
The other type of stress is called chronic stress, and this is a type of stress that can be caused by things that happen in our daily life, such as school, work, or relationship that spike our stress level, but instead of going back to normal state, they level off and we stay in the state of stress.
So what happens to our bodies in acute stress situations? For example, if you're upstairs and all of a sudden there's an earthquake, basically your body's non-essential functions go ahead and slow down. For example, your digestive tract, your immune system. Things that speed up are your breathing, your energy levels, and your alertness, as well as your muscle functions.
What are some healthy ways that we can deal with stress in our daily lives? So we can do things like sleeping more, trying to get exercise in, time management, not taking on too much. Being out in nature is really helpful. Being out in the sun is very helpful. Just being with friends, doing anything that makes you happy, that is a healthy way to cope with stress.
My sleep schedule affects my well-being because REM is very important for memory generation, and deep sleep helps rebuild your immune system. So if I don't get enough sleep, I'll be sick, and then I have to call in a sub, and then my classes don't learn it as much, or at least they don't laugh as much. And that's really important for their health too.
I would say generally negatively. Like, I try to sleep a lot, but that doesn't mean I'm getting enough sleep that I'm supposed to.
I try to get a lot of sleep, and I rarely know what it's like to be without sleep, because when I do, I just don't feel right. So I make it a priority to get a lot of sleep.
If I get a bunch of sleep, then I can actually do my work. But then if I'm super tired and I go to class, I'll just be rude to everyone, and it kind of sucks.
I know that if I don't get enough sleep or if I oversleep, it affects my appetite, and then that also affects my stress levels. And it's just your body's thrown off balance, and I just don't like that at all.
I notice when I get less sleep, I'm a lot crankier and I do a worse job at teaching.
If I haven't slept, I'm useless. I can't think, I can't function. I want to crawl under my desk and cry.
I make sure that I have enough sleep, and when I don't, they all suffer.
Well, first I tried avoid being stressed out, and then I just make sure I get everything done, and then I just relax.
I don't really have a cope. I don't know. I just kind of pile it. Probably a bad thing, but I pile it. It feels like it resets it every day. So I'm just if I just make it through today, tomorrow will be better.
I think it's important to talk to yourself. I think it's more so sometimes your brain doesn't actually know what's wrong, and it's making you upset when you can't really comprehend why. So I think breaking down the situations or your day and see what went wrong is important.
I usually make to-do lists, and I use my planner a lot to kind of figure out how I can knock them all out, because usually it's just tasks that stress me out.
One of the things I like to do probably most of all is garden. So I just like to get lost in my garden where I tend to my plants, I smell the beautiful flowers, I enjoy the beauty, and I'm all by myself, and all of a sudden my problems don't seem to be that important anymore.
Mostly doing leisure activities. My dog's a big part of that. Fact, soft animals relieve stress.
I usually go to the gym and work out.
I play basketball. I usually go for a run.
I love washing my hands. It removes the stickiness from them. I just feel really zen.
I go for a run in the morning before I come to work.
I really like to cook. It sort of relaxes me. And I love reading.
I discovered when I was in a really bad mood, if I did nice things for other people, it magically helped my mood. You would think you would want to be mean and grouchy, and I discovered that if I tried to be nice when I felt mean and grouchy, it ended up really doing things great for my mood. So think of other people. Make their day better, and your day will be better.
However comfortable they are with it, make them tell me what is going on, help them compile a list of things just so that they can see that it's something that they can work through and that it's not so bad, but also like telling them that it's okay to feel stress because it's a part of growing up.
I just try to validate them, see what they need, try to do a little extra if I can.
Usually I'll just like try and make them laugh or tell them a few jokes. Usually they fail and they just end up laughing at me, but it works the same way anyways.
I just like try to talk to them to see like what's up with them, and if they need like help that's beyond my expertise, I recommend them to go see like an adult.
Personally, I would spoil them with what they want.
If they want to talk about it, then they should talk about it because I know I would want to talk about my stress so I can help relieve it. And then second, of course, I'd like let them sit on it and think. You don't have to always use words to console someone. Sometimes just letting them like think through it and just like dwell on it would help them find their own answers, and when they want your advice, they'll ask for it.
If I was like in that situation, I would give them the advice that I would want to hear.
If my friend is ever stressed out, to help them, I usually give them a nice big hug. I'll FaceTime them and just give them a space to just talk to me, or if I can help out in any way, I try to help.
A hug usually does it, but if it doesn't, I'll send them something funny or just comfort them and let them know they're valid.
I feel like I'm not a professional, so I can't fix big, serious problems, but I can be there, and if somebody needs somebody to talk to, I can be there for that. But I think just being a distraction sometimes helps.
I go over to their house and I bring cookie dough and we eat it while watching Netflix.
I just have lunch together and we just talk it out.
It's something I always want to work on, but being a good listener. And you can tell I'm a talker, so I have to constantly remind myself to be a good listener. But that's often one of the best things that for somebody is just to hear them and not to evaluate or judge, you know, because it's been a long lesson to learn, but feelings aren't right or wrong. Feelings just exist.
I'm super proud of Hornet Huzzahs, and that my daughter taught me how to use Bitmojis.
I've really started to learn how to let things go, and that has really helped me. And so I'm not really stressed out as much. And so I'm really proud of
I'm
that.
proud of you,
It's a good thing.
honestly. Thank you. I'm really proud of my grades right now. I've been working really hard for them.
I'm proud of kind of having found my niche like throughout high school. Like I've started writing, and that's really where I feel comfortable. So
I'm really proud of the friends that I have, and they're all really kind and compassionate people, and I'm really proud to know them.
No matter what happens, I'm still getting back up and trying, so I'm really proud of like not giving up.
I'm proud of how far I've come.
I'm proud of how far I've come as well.
I'm really proud of how much sleep I get. Like, normally I don't get that much sleep, but lately I've been really managing my time, and I've been getting a lot of sleep.
My parents, yeah, they work very hard and they provide for me, so I really do appreciate them a lot.
I'm gonna take myself shopping.
Just doing something for someone else and make them feel good.
You can do something entertaining and talk to your friends more.
For me, it's probably just absorbing young people's energy. Oftentimes you see me standing in the hall, and you'd be surprised at how much I get from that.
just like maybe look in the mirror and like try to pick out what you love about yourself today. It can be something small, but that helps.
Just go easy on yourself, and if you make a mistake, don't try to obsess over it too much.
Just wake up and just don't compare yourself to other people. It's probably the best thing you can do.
Just stop caring about what other people think of you. Like, just be your own person.
When I want to give myself a little self-love, I try to just kind of notice things on my walk somewhere. Like, I'm going to walk home after school and I'm not going to listen to music, and I'm just going to feel the sun and like listen to birds and enjoy the walk.
The biggest thing is telling yourself that you got it. I think a lot of times people are too down on themselves. They say they can't do this, they can't do that. But when you look in the mirror, when you wake up, when you go into that bathroom and you say that you can do it, you're gonna get through the day.
Do something you love. Whatever you're passionate about, whether you're good at it or not, just do whatever it is you like, because if that thing makes you happy and you're making yourself happy, that's a way to love yourself.
Surround yourself with people that care for you and vice versa.
Just stay confident. I see like a lot of people nowadays just like hating on themselves way more than anybody else would hate on them. Everybody is so hard on themselves. Just love yourself.
I love
getting a hug and a handshake, and that really boosts my confidence. So, oh, really? Wow. Thank you.